All right, Packer fans, in this video, I'll be giving you a 4-round mock draft for the Green Bay Packers. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. So in free agency, the Green Bay Packers took care of the offensive line position and the cornerback position by signing Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs. There is still a void in the pass rush, and with those two signings, I'm still getting the feeling that the Packers will be selecting a defensive player in the first round. In my last mock draft that I did for the Green Bay Packers, I did select a defensive tackle, Derek Harmon. I will be switching things up in this mock draft. So with that being said, since there is a void in that pass rush, I will be looking at the edge position. And with Donovan Ezeraku here on the board, I do think that he'll be a great fit for the Green Bay Packers. I have watched Donovan Ezeraku's tape for the past week. He provides versatility. He can line up as a 5-tech, 7-tech, 2-point stance, Y9. He can even simulate pressure, drop back, and pass coverage. I've even seen him a handful of times line up as a middle linebacker, simulate pressure, and in passing situations, drop back and play as a quarterback spy. He is a versatile edge rusher, and Jeff Hafley loves versatile defensive players. On top of that, Jeff Hafley was his head coach at Boston College. So if there is any defensive coordinator in the NFL that knows Donovan Ezeraku as a person, knows him as a player, it is Jeff Hafley. And I know Jeff Hafley will probably maximize the potential. The one knock about Donovan Ezeraku is he doesn't meet that weight threshold. I know Brian Gutekunst loves to select edge rushers that are about 260 pounds plus. Ezeraku is around 240 to 250, but he does meet the measurables of having the arms. No one on the Packers have arms less than 34 inches. Donovan has at least 34-inch arms. No one on the Packers have smaller than 9-inch hands. He has over 9-inch hands. Donovan Ezeraku, he is a polished pass rusher, and I know a lot of you are a bit confused. Why am I selecting Donovan over Mike Green since Mike Green is still on the board? Mike Green has 8-inch hands, smaller hands than Donovan, has about 32-inch arms. Don't really think that he kind of fits the Packer thresholds in terms of those arms and the hands. But as far as just him just providing polished pass rush moves and consistently getting after the quarterback, this is what this Packer team needs. They need someone that has polished pass rush moves. The knock that Donovan has is he is not an elite run defender, but the Packers need someone to hit home, get after the quarterback, and I do think that Donovan will provide that nice juice and nice spark off the edge and get after the quarterback. He had a nice 2024 season, I believe he had 16 and a half sacks. The Packers need to get better in a pass rush. We're going to go get Donovan Ezeraku, get him back and reunite with Jeff Hafley and provide some versatility off the pass rush. Pick 23, we're going to select Donovan Ezeraku out of Boston College. All right, now that we took care of the edge position in the first round, we are now in the second round, and here are a few options that we can look into. I mean, there is a wide receiver need for this Packers offense, and there is a defensive tackle need. I mean, TJ Slayton did sign with the Cincinnati Bengals. There is a void for a big body defensive tackle against the defensive line. And right here on the board, we have Tyleik Williams, and I think those would be tremendous value if he were to fall to the Green Bay Packers at pick 54. TJ Slayton, I understand that he wasn't the most elite pass rushing defensive tackle in the NFL, but the one thing that you can give credit to DJ Slayton is he was rated the #1 defensive tackle in run stop win rate. That is very huge for this Packers team to lose in free agency, and they really need to get someone to kind of step in to at least be better than TJ Slayton or at least kind of fill that void. We're going to go ahead and select Tyleik Williams, and I think selecting Donovan Ezeraku in the first round and then selecting Tyleik Williams in the second round, taking care of the edge position, defensive tackle, and I think this will be A-plus picks for the Green Bay Packers. Tyleik Williams, freak athlete, freak defensive tackle, coming from a championship caliber team from the Ohio State Buckeyes. I think this will be a great fit for the Green Bay Packers to kind of fill in that nose tackle position, 3-tech position. Tyleik Williams, this is the pick for the Green Bay Packers at pick 54. This is who we're going to select here. All right, here we are in round 3, and this is the round where I do see the Green Bay Packers selecting a wide receiver. Christian Watson is out up until week 12, week 13, and the Packers failed to make any signings in free agency, whether that's bringing in a veteran or bringing in a deep threat wide receiver to help out this wide receiver core, especially during the time frame that Watson is out. So let's go ahead and look at our wide receiver options for this offense. We have Jalen Noel, Jalen Warles, Cameron Lacey, Torrey Horton. the one wide receiver that I do think that will be a great fit for this Packers team, that is Jalen Royals, 6 foot, 205 pounds, relative athletic score of 9 plus. The Packers love draft prospects that have relative athletic scores of 9 plus. He is a deep threat wide receiver. He has impressive separation skills, impressive yards after catch. The minute he catches the ball, he is going to be dangerous in the open field. And I think this will be a huge pick for this Green Bay Packers team. I think this will help the wide receiver core. This will help Jordan Love. Like I said, impressive speed, impressive deep threat, yards after catch ability. Huge help for the wide receiver core. I think this will be a great pick for the Packers. We're going to go ahead and select Jalen Royals out of Utah State, which is Jordan Love's former college. All right, and last but not least, round 4. The one position that I do see the Green Bay Packers taking care of here is the cornerback position. Corey Ballantyne just signed with the Colts. Stokes signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, and there is a great chance that Jair Alexander may get released. And even though the Green Bay Packers did sign Nate Hobbs, he has yet to play a full season in the NFL. I do think that is very crucial for the Green Bay Packers to add depth to this cornerback room. So let's go ahead and look at to see who is available in the cornerback room. We have Kobe Bryant, Melo Dotson, Tommy Hill. Let's kind of see who is out here. Okay. All right. The cornerback that I do see the Packers selecting, and I don't know if they will select him here because you do see him being ranked 258 here. I do like Elijah Huzzie. The one word that I can think of Elijah Huzzie is being a versatile cornerback. He can play at the boundary, he can play the nickel, and he was a Senior Bowl standout. He was pretty much beating wide receivers to their spot. He does add special teams value. He was a return specialist, but versatility is the name of the game for this Green Bay Packers defense, especially for the cornerback room. Play the boundary, play the nickel. That is something what they emphasize in their cornerbacks, and that is what Elijah Huzzie provides. Versatility as a cornerback, boundary, slot, provides special team value, especially as a return specialist. I do like this selection here. If a lot of you guys don't know about Elijah Huzzie, definitely look him up. He was a Senior Bowl standout, and this pick kind of reminds me of Evan Williams last year. A lot of people did not expect Evan Williams to be selected in the 4th round, but the Packers did take a chance, and Evan Williams was actually one of the best rookie safeties in the NFL. Elijah Huzzie does have the capability to step right in, and if there are injuries at the nickel position and they need Elijah Huzzie to step in, he can step in as a nickel. He can play the boundary. If they do need a return specialist, Huzzie can play that position, especially with Keyshawn Nixon saying that he's done as a return specialist. Elijah Huzzie can help this Packers team in all aspects, especially in the cornerback position and special teams position. I do like Elijah Huzzie here. He was a Senior Bowl standout. He was shutting down bigger receivers on the boundary. He did have nice quickness in shutting down receivers in the nickel position. I think this will be a sleeper pick for NFL teams. And if he is there in the 4th round and the Packers are eyeing him, especially since the Packers like Senior Bowl standouts, I do like Elijah Huzzie here for the Green Bay Packers in round 4. So we're going to go ahead and select Elijah Huzzie. All right, so here's a recap for my Green Bay Packers 4-round mock draft. Pick 23, Donovan Ezeraku, edge out of Boston College. Pick 54, Tyleik Williams, taking care of the defensive positions in the first 2 rounds, took care of the pass rush specialist, building up that defensive trench and getting that TJ Slayton replacement. Pick 87, Jalen Royals, getting that deep threat wide receiver to step in and help this wide receiver core out, and getting a sleeper cornerback for the Green Bay Packers, Elijah Huzzie. Inside-out versatility, special teams value as a return specialist. I think he will be a sleeper pick for the Green Bay Packers here. That is it for my Green Bay Packers 4-round mock draft. Please comment below on your thoughts of this mock draft. Thank you so much, and catch you guys next time.